Good afternoon. Welcome to our Dell Music Lounge live audience. Say hello on the radio. Our Dell Music Lounge is presented by Lone River Ranch Water, and we got lunch today from 5280 Burger and Tap House, who make some kind of unique cheeseburger egg roll. That was, yeah. Well, people are into that. So. This is our first Dell Music Lounge of the new year. We've got a bunch lined up for you in the next couple of weeks. We'll get you more information on that shortly. But gracious enough, on a day off after playing 310 last night, Katie Pruitt joins us for the first time in a couple of years, although she was in town for the Austin City Limits Music Festival. And again, played last night and on this day off, taking time to play for us here in our Dell Music Lounge. Live on Austin City Limits Radio, this is Katie Pruitt.
What's up, guys? Thanks for being here. This is a song about losing your mind, but also about the gratitude for the people that help you find it again. Guess I like my job just fine. I'm taking orders, pouring wine. Yet inside I'm so unsure, 'cause I long to be so much more. When I get home from work at night, I read up does up in my computer screen and pray it's all a crazy dream. Through all the noise, she's the anchor that is keeping me sound. Oh, my mind's a ship that's going down. On the cover of a magazine, thought to myself with a smile, I think I'll go there for a while. out what I was studying for. But once you walk out that classroom door, nobody tells you where you're going. Seems like everyone I know is just an actor, putting on a show. I hope one day more is enough to know that there's no way, no
Katie Pruitt live on Austin City Limits Radio from our Dell Music Lounge. Expectations is the name of the current album. So you've joked before about religious trauma as a genre.
Yeah,
You've got a podcast, the Recovering Catholic Podcast.
I do.
You've spent a bunch of time across the pandemic talking to folks about what it means to be spiritual in a modern age, which
Yeah.
has been a struggle for you across a bunch of years. I mean, what it means, particularly in a pandemic, where people are either running towards God or finding reasons not to get vaccinated or wear a mask. I mean,
Right.
it seems like, well, did you come to any conclusions from talking to these folks?
I mean, I think the conclusion has been pretty consistent, which is whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you want to go out and do something kind for someone else, whether that be within the confines of a religious building or not, is God. You know, like the feeling of soaking in the sun on like a beautiful day next to a waterfall is God, you know? Yeah, so I guess everybody has different experiences with it. But yeah, I guess I would say that, yeah, God is love, God is kindness, and it doesn't matter if that is within a building that has a cross on it or not. You know what I mean?
I mean, at the end of the day, religion, though, and art, I mean, this is a crossroads
Right.
that folks have found themselves at since the beginning.
Yeah.
And either intertwining those or trying to keep them at arm's length the best that they can. You've done a little bit of both across your career.
Right. Well, I mean, religion was a part of my life growing up, and it had negative and positive impacts on me. So, I mean, I think talking about both of those things gives us an honest view of what it actually is. So, you know, like, yeah, it taught me about community. It taught me about wanting to do nice things for people, you know, go to food banks and do that stuff. But it also, you know, a lot of churches, not all, but a lot of churches are kind of exclusive and, make people feel like they aren't welcome. And to me, that's not God. So I think holding systems and people accountable in that way is religious in and of itself. So yeah.
You got COVID on the road last year?
Yeah, that sucked.
Tell me about that. I mean, obviously, I'm guessing you went out last year sort of thinking that's the risk and weighing the danger versus the reward. You wound up with it.
Right. I mean, I think all musicians kind of knew in 2021 what they were getting into, like that there was a risk of canceling and doing all that. So yeah, we kind of all were like, you know what, if we get it, we get it, and we'll go home, and we'll postpone because that's the right thing to do. So, it is what it is, and we're all dealing with it, and we're all here right now, right? So, we keep moving, but we do the things we can do to keep each other and ourselves safe.
I saw some footage the other day of what looked like a not very safe but very fun pool party.
Oh, man.
That it was on Brandi Carlile's, she has the girls just want to have fun weekend.
Well, everyone there was vaccinated, so that is the safe part of it. That's the safety net. But yeah, it was awesome.
Give people an idea.
For the first time in my life.
Who was there? I mean, that lineup was all women and all folks that are contemporaries of yours.
Yes, yeah. So it was Brandi, obviously. It was Lucius, who I love them so much. I got to meet them for the first time on that trip. Yola, who I've known for a little bit. Allison Russell, who I've known. Just like a bunch of friends and a lot of people from Nashville, too. A lot of bands, a lot of guys that we just knew from Nashville and girls. And it was great. It was such a fun time.
I mean, we've talked to a bunch of folks over the years from Nashville about how, in theory, your growth is just 5 or 6 years behind our growth. You're dealing with a lot of the same issues as a city that we dealt with 5 or 6 years ago or are still dealing with. I think one of the big differences, though, is that our music community doesn't seem as divided between, on the other hand, the parts that are tightly knit in Nashville seem more tightly knit, if that makes sense, because you've essentially chosen a side.
Yeah, well, I would say like the mainstream, I don't want to call anyone specific out, but there are people, gatekeepers in, I think, the mainstream realm on Music Row that, do keep out minorities. And like, black artists have been fighting that forever, but also queer artists, like needing a space and like representation is huge. Like I wouldn't be standing up here singing about my queer experience if it weren't for people like the Indigo Girls and Brandi Carlile. And, like people of color probably feel the same. And it's representation is huge. Like seeing somebody that looks like you up on a screen or having a platform makes you feel empowered and just represented and seen by society. And it's so, so important. So yeah, I think there is a divide, and I think there are a lot of people trying to be inclusive, trying to create space for everybody. And that doesn't mean canceling other people out either. It's like, hey, everybody's welcome to the party,
And it helps if you've got folks that are going through the same thing you're going through, who are your neighbors and your colleagues.
Right, totally.
All right. So, Katie Pruitt, on a day off, is playing for us in the Dell Music Lounge. The latest record is Expectations. And once again, live on Austin City Limits Radio, this is Katie Pruitt.
All right. So that was kind of a nice segue into this next song. Speaking of religious trauma and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I sort of grew up thinking that normal, whatever that meant, I guess when I was young, I thought it meant, hetero. So I tried to be that for a really long time, and it did not work at all because that wasn't who I was. So I finally had to reach a point where I just accepted who I was, and I'm so, so glad I did. So this song is kind of it's a letter to my younger self. marching in line in the halls of my Catholic school. Seven Hail Marys if I copped an attitude. God was a word I had spoken, but I hardly knew. Kneeling down at the altar with no clue who I was talking to. Stumbling round Athens, the frat boys in hot pursuit. Left me staring at the ceiling, pissed off and feeling used. Wasted and worn out and wondering, where do I fit? Scared as hell, 'cause I knew I was different. What's it like to be normal? To want what normal girls should. God knows life would be easier if I could be normal. Then trust me, I would. Trust me, I would. They want what's best, or did they want what's easiest? 'Cause I tried my best, but damn, I was curious. She had me as the sun on a Saturday afternoon. With nowhere to see the side of me that she introduced. What's it like to be normal? To want what normal girls should. God knows life would be easier if I could be normal. Then trust me, I would. Trust me, I would. Trust me, I would. Trust me, I would. Curled up on the couch, you look just as worn out as me. Trying to act certain in a world of uncertainty. One night the moonlight took over and I kissed your lips. The world taught us to fit in, but we did the opposite. The world taught us to fit in, but we did the opposite. The world taught us to fit in, but we did the opposite. hope it'll be worth it. To come from out of the blue, no other color would do. We watch the clouds move all around, uncovering feelings unfound, and I can't imagine when, I can't imagine when. The morning fades, and so do you, out of the blue. Your eyes are full of yellows and greens. They turn into water and fall from your cheeks. Now we're going deep into the dark, and it's hard to tell where we are, and I can't imagine when, I can't imagine when I'd ever wanna leave you, dear. If we stay right here, we wouldn't have to worry about anything. But the moment fades, and so do you, out of the blue. What a lovely day for loving you. What a lovely day for loving you. The sunset black, orange and red, in a perfect explosion behind your head. But we're looking up, somehow we forget that even the best days will end. Now I can't remember when, I can't remember when you packed your bag.
Katie Pruitt live on Austin City Limits Radio. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
You want to introduce them real quick?
Yes, absolutely. This is Taylor Ivy on the bass. This is Ivan Garcia on the drums, and this is Johnny Williamson on the electric guitar.
Katie Pruitt.
And Nick Bird, our tour manager.
Oh, there you
Can't
go.
forget about him.
Expectations is the album. You'll find it wherever it is you find your music. Thanks again to our friends at Lone River Ranch Water who present our lounge, and lunch today came from our friends at 5280 Burger and Tap House. Apparently there is a food truck coming soon from them as well. So there's that. Thank you again, and thank you to our live audience. We'll have more announcements about more Dell Music Lounges in the days and weeks ahead, and we'll see some of you out on Sunday at Wolfstock with El King. That's it for me up here in our Dell Music Lounge. Throwing it back down to Loris.